Seed. What is the most valuable beginning of all, without which life itself would be impossible? Seed. Seed is the answer. It's time to tell the story of the phenomenon known as Manfred Harkel. 21 years old, very fast, and 6'4" of premier dynamite. He's taken the football world by storm. With his record-scoring achievements, averaging 50 goals a season in his first 3 years. Harkel, as he prefers to be called, has just come home to his wife, Emerald. We are inside an impressive property in Belgravia.
Later than usual, darling. Ready to eat?
Yeah.
15 minutes. Hello? Emerald here. Sounds good, but for me, just the salmon. Garnished, please. So, Harkel, dearest one, how was your day?
No good. Boring.
But you always love to train.
No train. We play match every 3 days. Train no good. No need.
What was it that was so boring?
Morning, plan for next game. Tactic. Talk. He fast. Watch him. He tricky. Don't let him trick penalty. Then watch last match. Harkel shoot too much. Zuma too ball watch. Fowler not tackle hard. I play game on phone below table. Not just me, Ben too. We laugh at tactics. we say it are tactics.
And in the afternoon?
Worse. PR visit to autistic school in Epsom. Chelsea has big support there. Ben joke, 'cause they autistic. Good joke.
Not good joke.
Mr. Pochino, new manager, make speech. Say anyone can do anything if really want. Not true, is it, Emma?
But not always, but they can try.
Not sure. Raise hopes and flop. Anyway, then I wear earphones, listen to music. Then queue up in Chelsea shop. Sign girl shirt.
Alice.
Yeah, Ben say Alice in Wonderland. Keep earplugs on. I like strawberry marmalades.
I know about Alice. She's really quite special. Only 11 years old and the captain of Chelsea Juniors. She's their Player of the Year. I saw the shirt signings on the Singing the Blues website. The whole squad lined up, wired up, nodding to the beats. A shame. Alice tried in vain to speak to her heroes. A lot of the comment sections are angry about the players' attitude.
What they expect?
More. You could have shone as a baller and a human being just by smiling and saying, "Hi, Alice."
You no, Emma. To get on side, I have to be same as team. Not like teacher pet.
I see. What's the agenda tomorrow?
Same. More PR. Mind drop-in centre in Ruislip. Ben joke. Oh no! How we all go mad!
Ben is a foolish man, and his jokes are tasteless.
I like him. He mate to me. Others not so much.
Hello. Hi, Saffron. God, it's been over a year. OK, let's meet. In a Mo Bistro, Covent Garden, 10 a.m. I'll be there. That was Saffron. We're having a Girls' Day reunion tomorrow. I'll be back by 6.
Hi? No, go away.
Who is it?
Stupid girl.
Give it here. Piss off. How did she get your number?
Don't know. A few players have it.
Not Ben by any chance. Enter. Dinner's ready to be served.
About time. Very hungry.
Tomorrow, having become today, we join 2 glamorous young ladies with their overflowing shopping bags. They have ended up in Saffron and Art's luxurious flat in Earl's Court.
I can't get over the decor here. It's so cool. Coffee is surely the must-have fashionable colour. Come to think of it, your new lingerie is also a shiny coffee colour. Do a twirl. Wow! Wow, it's delectable.
It's not fashion, it's art. I mean, Art the person, he's got his own ideas.
And what do you think about my lacy shift?
Classic. Slippery black, stonewall certainty. What shall we pour?
Let's go mad. For me, a gin and lemonade and frozen blueberries.
Oh, I'll have Chateauneuf de Pape.
To one-upmanship.
How are things with Hackle?
I'd better not say. Aren't those things meant to be private?
Meant to be, but Emma, we've been friends since school. And now you got me thinking, not great. Come on, Emma, it's good to talk.
How are things with Art?
OK, it's a deal. I'll tell you mine, you tell me yours.
The olive grove? Excellent. And I'll have the same, only today later than usual, to serve at 6:30. Thanks. Where were we?
Art Murray.
Go ahead, it's a deal.
Synchronicity. Art has a thing about cell phones. For serious discussion and meetings, he insists that all phones are off. He met me in a bar. I thought, beware the smooth talker. Then I realised he was more than smooth, he was interesting. He explained things like the real motivation behind the fake motivation. He had such an uncanny way of reading my very thoughts. I soon felt I was getting a free education and I wanted it to continue. Imagine my surprise when he revealed that he had recently become an agent for 3 Champions League footballers. Yet when I told him that I was friends with Hackle's wife, we never pressed for an introduction or anything. Anyway, my resistance turned to jelly within days.
It must be difficult to be in awe of a man. So much more to lose.
It is. And then Hackle fell out with his previous agent.
He falls out with his agents repeatedly. Hiring Art was, in the end, inevitable. He praises Art, though. He really does.
Have another. Your turn. From when you first met. You've told me before, but again.
I was hustling along, phone to mouth. I bumped into him. I'm sent flying by a giant blonde brick outhouse of a man. My apples and oranges rolling everywhere. He picked me up and apologised. He helped collect my groceries. Then amazingly balanced the last orange on his forehead, nodded it up and caught it on the nape of his neck. I said, "And you such a big lump." He laughed and insisted that I should sit down and recover for a minute. We were outside the Belgrade. He took me in and brought me a coffee. I talked, he listened. He's consistent. He still listens. And if he talks, it's monosyllables. Only then he listened as if I was making music with my mouth. Not so much now. I hadn't a clue that he was a famous footballer. That's perhaps why he loved me from the start.
Unless it was your hourglass figure and your blue eyes.
You might be right. A superficial adoration, Saffron. I'm starting to think that I've made a big mistake. I'm stuck with a man who is hopelessly undeveloped. His goals are goals, full stop. He's something of a child, an unpleasant child at that.
I knew it, that you were less than happy. And in the bedroom?
Now we are crossing the line.
That's what girlfriends are for.
I suppose, but you go first.
How can I say? Art Murray takes his time. He's always varied, but never perverse. He's a dream. Your turn.
He's religious. That's to say, missionary. A machine like a combine harvester. I end up feeling like mashed potato. The life squashed out of me. Christ, I shouldn't talk like this. I'm an Essex girl turned millionaire.
Have another, Emma. You need it. Art says that if you're not destitute, money is nothing. Paper or digits in an account, can't eat or drink it. It's not much more than a false sense of security. Does Hackle talk about babies?
Not yet, thank God. They're definitely not on my agenda yet.
Has he a temper? Has he ever raised a hand?
Raised it, yes, but never brought it down. If he did, I'd leave him immediately.
Good for you. Oh my, it's 5:30. I have to get cooking. And later, I'm meeting Art's new associate, Alvin Menzies. He's a mind therapist, whatever that is.
I have to get back too, for his lordship. Thanks for the chat. So much off my chest. Let me know how it goes this evening.
Dinner over, Saffron and Art settle down to talk.
Thank you, Saffron, for the splendid dinner. Tell me, how did it go with Emerald?
Oh, I think I found out just about everything you wanted to know. That's what you call leverage. Now, I want to know, what's it all about?
My, you're a fast learner. It's about seed.
Seed.
Seed. I promise you that I'll tell you what I have in mind. You have earned my trust. But first, the details about Emerald?
That her husband is a one-dimensional spoiled brat. That Emma is regretting her marriage and that they have no wish to have a child. Oh, and that Hackle practically worships his new agent.
Heavens above. All systems on go.
What systems?
Dear one, if big money is to be made by covert or overt means, under or over the counter, big money will be made. It is a fundamental law of man and woman.
What big money?
Emerald has the key to a gold mine.
Of course. Hackle earns $1 million every other week.
Which means that taking what is otherwise merely human waste from this phenomenal man would be a victimless act. What could be termed modern alchemy.
I think I'm with you. His seed.
Yes, his seed. No one ever talks about human seed. It appears to be too impolite. The clue is in his name. Arkle was a racehorse who won multiple gold cups. The fees for Arkle's seed were in the millions.
I see. Brilliant. It's a brilliant idea. Now I understand. We have to get Emerald on side.
Exactly. And after your afternoon report, That should be a sure thing. Ah, that'll be Alvin. Alvin, meet Saffron. Before you ask, Alvin is part of our team.
Are there any other team members that I don't know about?
No, you know about Emerald. Phone's off. I'll get the drinks in.
A beer, please.
A white wine, thanks.
I think that Saffron wants to know where you fit in.
Well, I've been a success as an independent investor. That's my real field of expertise. However, a year or so ago, Art recruited me as a kind of mental fixer for his footballers. In short, I've made a study of psychology, and that's the second part of Art's project.
The second part? Jesus, why don't we just pin Hackle to a table and bleed him dry?
It's not like that. We'll do nothing to him. If he takes the bait, and he might not, it would be down to his own arrogance and greed. And remember, a multi-millionaire, he can hardly be called a victim. Besides which, his goals have dried up recently. We have to protect our investments.
Don't worry, Saffron. All I'm going to do is build up his confidence and make him a more rounded person. How can that be harmful?
I've set up a meeting next week between Harkle and Alvin. We'll see how it goes.
Within days, a meeting of Emerald and Art's crew was arranged. They had no problem in bringing Emerald on board. Art already had a dozen Ice Cube mini portable fridges and the required medical containers. A fridge and several containers could easily fit into a lady's handbag. Asked how she would manage to mine the gold, Emerald responded with,
Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Harkle does his routine push-ups, then he buries himself in our sheets and goes to sleep. I go to the shower. I'll use a cap. Plenty of opportunity to contain and freeze his outgoings.
They giggled at her confident resourcefulness. Art reminded her that her fridges must be set at -200 degrees. Before too long, mini fridges began going from Belgravia to Earl's Court and from there out into the wide world. As usual, Art had pre-planned every detail. He had used his credentials as Harkle's agent to make deals with the buyers. These billionaire owners of stadiums, corporations and oil extraction would be granting handsome payments to surrogate mothers, ex-footballers and athletes. Meanwhile, Art drove Harkle, who was worried about his recent lack of goals, to visit the workplace of Alvin Menzies. Mind therapy was engraved onto the impressive brass plate on Alvin's door.
Mr. Harkle, pleased to meet you. There, take the comfy chair. Tea, coffee?
What?
Tell me what troubles you.
Don't know. Goals not go in. Players not friends.
And at home?
Wife good. She talk a lot. News, films, her friend Saffron. I hear, but not part of.
A very honest summary. We are making good progress.
We are?
Yes, we are. Harkle, young man, I've already come to the conclusion that you need other interests outside of football. Tell me, what else moves you?
Don't know. Sex?
Besides sex?
Money? Don't know why. Don't need.
You have to change, develop, become interesting. You are too one-dimensional. You are the goat on the pitch, but elsewhere you're the goat in an art gallery.
Should I invest in paintings?
Do you want to study art?
No.
There must be something else.
I watched the docu-thingy last night with Emerald. It was about saving planet. I like to help that.
There you are then. You could study, become an expert in climate change. Al Gore, failed politician, did that and became a multimillionaire and is treated like a god.
I'm one already.
A god?
A millionaire?
A billionaire, then. What does the world need to save itself?
Docu-thingy said batteries?
Brilliant. And the raw materials for batteries?
Don't know.
Look, beneath the blunt exterior, you are an intelligent man. Now go out and prove it. Here, 3 books from my investment library. In the New World, Green Matter Matters, and Tomorrow's Precious Elements. Knowledge is power. Well, that's enough for now. I hope that you'll come back soon.
Sure thing, Alvin, I will.
3 weeks later, after training, 2 players are on their way to the stadium car park. Treasure this: 2 footballers attempting to have a serious conversation.
Coming for a beer?
No, I need to get home. Study.
Great race on Saturday. You're back on form.
Thanks, but better things. I am help to save planet.
Yeah, those apes are a pesky nuisance.
No joke, Ben. What does planet need?
Windmills.
You mean wind farms?
OK, wind farms.
No good. Energy hard to store.
What then?
Batteries. I have knowledge. Football short life. I plan future. You should too.
Why? I'm a fucking millionaire.
Cobalt, Ben. Discovering Congo. Dutch mining firm Betrust. Set up in Congo. Offices in London and Savoy.
Sounds like a scam to me.
No scam, Ben. Real. Emma helped me research. She's clever. Sure thing. I invest 50 million. Cobalt, Ben, for batteries. My idea. Harkle, not stupid.
Well, good luck with that then. Here's my car. See you tomorrow.
To Acapulco. One long party.
It's still hot. Let's go back in the pool.
Again? Emma, you're a fish. OK, are you 2 sharks coming?
None of us are. Let's not get lost in paradise. Have you all forgotten where we come from? It's 3 p.m. on Saturday afternoon, late August. Football! The Blues are playing Brentford in the first game of the season. The past makes a present for the present.
Art's right. Let's all go back to our villa and watch Chelsea.
I'm not sure that I want to. Is Harkle playing?
He is.
Then I'm even more not sure.
I'm with Art. Let's pay homage to our fortune. I want to see how Harkle is coping.
After my betrayal?
Emma, my love, how can you feel bad about a man who earns $500,000 a week?
Oh, don't feel sorry for him, Emma. He'll learn from his misfortunes. He may even grow up.
I helped trick him out of his savings. I squirreled away his essence and I left him to shack up with his therapist.
All this you did with a supreme acumen, way beyond your years. Here's to Emerald.
The boys are right, Emma. Let's vamoose back to Stamford Bridge.
The big sky screen is switched on.
1-0 down to Brentford. And at home, a disastrous start for Chelsea, Samantha.
Plenty of time left, Brian. We're only 25 minutes in. The Blues have got Harkle up front. Surely they can put this right.
They need to do something, Samantha, and soon. Anton Zuma to Fowler. Through to Harkle. He's in! Ah! How did he do that? He just tripped over his own feet and crashed to the ground.
Ben Fowler's going over to help him up, but Harkle refuses Ben's hand and gets up of his own accord. Am I seeing things, Brian? Ben is pointing and laughing at him.
Well spotted, Samantha. Other players are laughing too. Something's not right. The game goes on. Brentford are putting on the pressure. This will be their 5th corner.
Hands, what a name for a keeper. Jumps and gathers cleanly. Hands goes long. And a mistake by Broad. Brentford's centre half has left Harkle through again. Fowler sprinted into the box to support.
Harkle takes it round the goalie.
But the angle's too tight.
It's a simple pass to Fowler. But no! Harkle shoots.
Into the side netting. Selfish.
Ben is livid. He's screaming at his striker.
I think I know what Ben's saying, but I can't say it on air.
Harkle is running across to Fowler like a wild rhinoceros. Ben's overpowered and is shoved down on his back. Oh my God! Harkle has gone berserk and is smashing into Ben with both fists.
Oh, someone end this madness. At last, other players are trying to stop this vicious beating. Ben Fowler lies unconscious.
It's taken 5 of them to pull Harkle away from his bloodied victim.
This horror show has no place in the beautiful game, Brian. Ben Fowler, England's under-21 international, now being stretchered off, obviously in a coma. I can see blood on the pitch even from here.
So can I, Samantha. The perpetrator is being handcuffed and is led off the pitch by 3 burly policemen.
Oh, he's guilty of assault, GBH, possible manslaughter, or even murder. And now, the ref has, rightly, abandoned the game.
50 million witnesses on Sky. Harkle will never play professional football again.
Well, that's for certain, Brian. He's a fucking lunatic.
What the hell have we done to him?
Don't worry about Harkle. Worry about Ben Fowler. Let's pray that he recovers.
Long term, this could be a blessing in disguise for Harkle. He'll be out of jail in a few years, still wealthy. He will probably return to Norway where he can, at least, speak fluently. Humbled for life, this could be the dawning of a better man.
We should surely be thinking of helping Ben.
No. I mean, how? He's got money and he'll have plenty of support. Besides which, I'm not a hypocrite. I never liked him, and I'll wager that some part in this tragedy was down to him.
Emma is right. Nothing we can do for either of them. In this instance, the future cannot help the past. Phones off, please. There are things to discuss. Now, we have been living it up in Mexico for 3 months.
Before we go on, and this might affect any plans, I'm having a baby.
Whose?
Alvin's.
Pity.
Not a good joke.
Congrats, Emma. And, coincidentally, me too. Twins, perhaps.
Well, I propose a toast to the future of all 6 or 7 of us. Cheers! Now then, as I was saying before I was so wonderfully interrupted, over to Alvin.
Psychology and commercial trends, that's my expertise. We have made a fortune, but if we party forever, we will inevitably wither away into aimless hedonistic decay. We have caused pain. We've just witnessed it. I'm suggesting, and it may sound a bit soft, that we put something back.
Oh no, not fucking save the planet again.
No, Emma, we'll leave others to do that every 10 years.
Until the end of time.
Well, my idea is that we form an independent investment advice company. I like archangels.com. We go back to having a routine working week. We purchase an office here in Acapulco.
How could us girls help?
Research, Saffron. Geopolitics, think tank agendas, the World Economic Forum, the Conference on Foreign Relations. Investments are about knowing the game and getting ahead of it. We also research the future raw materials and their availability.
Like cobalt.
Indeed, like cobalt. We set up our media channels and select our weekly advice. We advocate diversification, at least 10 bets in every portfolio.
How much do we charge?
Nothing.
It sounds quite exciting. Of course, we'll bet on our own advice.
No, we don't bet.
What would be the point? We already have enough money for 10 lifetimes. Betting, even with matchsticks, is emotional. We use evidence, not emotions.
Our motive really is to give back. And we will only allow small investors to subscribe with us.
I like it.
I like it even more.
7 months later, archangel.com has been successful. The half-yearly report records 92 tips, winners, some losers, and netted over 17% profit. They already have 400,000 subscribers. The heavy investors leave well alone, reasoning that nothing good could possibly be given away for free. Harkle received a 5-year sentence. Ben Fowler was comatose for 5 days. He had a fractured eye socket, a broken jaw, and 2 broken ribs. Today, he's almost fully recovered. Ben has thrown some light on that murderous afternoon.
Hi there, one and all. This is Mark Goldbridge on Talk Sport. We, yes, you and me and Talk Sport, have the exclusive that the entire football world has been waiting for. In this very studio, I have with me none other than Ben Fowler. You're looking pretty good, Ben. Apart from the eyes slightly on the blink and the weight. Oh, sorry, not allowed to mention that. The slight over-roundness, oh dear, that's just as bad.
You're not exactly a trim yourself,
A
Mark.
middle-aged spread. But banter apart, what's your inside take on what's come to be known as GBH at the bridge?
Well, Harkle was me mate, but I let him down. I couldn't resist.
Do you mean laughing at him when he slipped over? Other players did too. I did as well.
No, way before. He confided to me about his 50 million investment. He boasted about it, and he lost it all. And then his wife left him. I couldn't resist from taking the piss. You see, I'm the team's joker, and he became the team's idiot. And when he failed to pass to me and I called him a greedy fucker, he just flipped. Anyway, that's history, Mark. I'll start training next week.
15 years from now, dozens of teenage Harkles will start to take the football industry by storm. Watch this space.
Credits. Seed was written by Dave Patchett. The narrator and Samantha read by Janina Karpinska. Emerald by Jacqueline Harford. Saffron by Irene Cunningham. Alvin by Matthew Shelton-Jones, Hackle and Art Murray by Matt Reynolds, Ben Fowler and Brian by John Lawrenson, Mark Goldbridge by Dave Patchett. Recording and sound effects by ALT Sound Recordings.